Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fachmy Sugih Pradifta, along with my colleague Ferry Damayanti, Weisya Guna, Ulida Putra, and Arya Sugihman. We are from Urban and Regional Planning Department, Universitas Islam Bandung. Our research topic in SiRes is civil engineering. We would like to present our paper called Design Factors and Criteria of Non-Level Pedestrian Crossing of Unisba Urban Campus. In related to the terminology of urban campus is an architectural typomorphology definition for a campus building with the context in the high density urban location. So basically, there are two kinds of campus based on its settings. One in suburban area, and the other is in the urban area. This urban campus is often considered as an opposite into the opposite from the suburban setting because it's high density. It's considerably small and doesn't have large area like the suburban counterpart. So because its setting, the main issue of the urban campus is often related to the limited land and other negative impacts such as traffic jams caused by its activities that generate high intensity mobility. So the traffic jam could occur in the urban campus settings. And Unisba is considered as urban campus by its definition. So Unisba has separated buildings that divided by the main road. So often, whether it's student lecture or other staff or visitors must crossing the busy streets to get into another building. And this high intensity of street crossing has resulted in the slowing vehicles when they're giving way to the road crossers. And the other thing that contribute into the traffic jam is the vehicles parking on the side of the road, and also street hawkers that has reducing the pedestrian space in the street area. And also sometimes because of the unprotected pedestrian facilities, the education staff will have difficulties when it's coming to the rain or sun heat when they have to crossing another building. So it is realized that Unisba need an infrastructure of non-level crossing routes. It can be a skywall or underpass to connect the Unisba campus buildings. So in this research, we studied 8 buildings of Unisba campus with origin destination analysis to see its movement patterns spatially, and then we use descriptive exploratory factor analysis to study about the design factors and criteria in terms of connectivity, accessibility, security, comfort, and attraction. This will become an input for a simulation of the design of the non-level pedestrian crossing of Unisba Urban Campus. So we conducted the literature study to know about normative criteria of a non-level pedestrian crossing. We are studying 4 sources in form of academic journal, regulations, and other academic literature. So we divided the design factors into 6 categories in terms of connection, convenience, convivial, comfortable, conspicuousness, and safety. In the term of connection, uh, the literature often say that it must be connecting in the shortest and more efficient way into the destinations. And in the convenience aspect, it is important to accommodate the people with disabilities. And attractiveness, such as design or aesthetic value, is also become an important criteria to attract people to use this infrastructure more oftenly. And of course, this infrastructure must respond to the local climate, so people can use it more comfortably in every weather situations. And also, last but not least, is the safety aspect, because it is considered in an urban area where a lot of activities happening here. So the safety must be taken imperatively. It can be in terms of adequate lighting or another safety measures. We conducted a survey to see the movement patterns, and the result is the academic staff in Unisba is quite often to travel between buildings, because every form of activities is held in separate buildings. And also, the travel barriers they perceive that hindered their mobility is often related in terms of weather. They feel like heavy rain is become a major issue when they have to travel between buildings. And also, the safety measure is also have to be considered when we have to design this infrastructure. And the most visited buildings is usually Taman Sariwan buildings, because the majority of lecturing activities and laboratories and other education facilities are located in Gedung Taman Sariwan. There are several pedestrian nodes that people often use to cross the main road. And based on this characteristic of these nodes, we will focus on the Taman Sariwan, Dekanat building, and Faculty of Medicine area, because the most people we see crossing the roads are located within this area. So with this study, we see that the normative criteria and origin destination patterns are relatively in line in terms of the normative aspect as mentioned in literature study. In terms of connection, usually means that non-level pedestrian crossing to connect movement nodes that frequently pass by in Unisba campus area. Meanwhile, the comfort factor that user needs is a covered walkways in Unisba campus area. And because of the setting in a busy urban area, the safety factors are give significant attention. And in terms of aesthetic value, the user want some design quality that can be a representative image of Unisba campus area. So this research will be an input for the formulation of design concept, principle, and simulations that we hope we can conduct after this study. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.